Everyone, this is Maxime from Human37, and today we're going to discuss a little about Faker and how we can use it to generate fake data with the aim of sending this data into destinations such as customer data platform, product analytics, or any other tool you would like to implement. There are several reasons you would like to do this. One of the reasons could be that you would like to ensure the good quality of your implementation, and you just don't want to send some test event, but you would like to verify all the events from your tracking plan with all the user properties, the event properties, and the different values that the properties can have. So it's for testing purposes. One other reason could be that you would like to build a demo environment in which you would like to send a lot of data so you can play around to discover the tool, because you also want to verify that all the events you are going to track are completely relevant based on the different use cases that you have, or just simply because you would like to present the tool to your team. So a lot of reasons you would like to do this. In this journey of generating fake data, we are going to face some challenges. And to explain it to you, I'm going to show you an example, a really simple example, and we are going to start from the beginning. So on the screen, you can see the Human37 Track Lab. This is really a one single page website in which we have implemented the segment SDK. So we have created a source on segment, and we are going to send some data on segment. So to do this, I'm going to trigger manually the different events and users. First of all, first step is for me to build my user, okay? And I'm going to call this user Maxime 00. All right. So this is my identify. So I have created a user, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that this user did a specific event, test event 01, okay, because I want this event to be unique, and I want for this event to have an event property. Voilà. Sorry. And I'm going to call this event prop to test, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Really simple, not rocket science. And so we can see that if we will receive my events, I have the page, yeah, this seems to be correct, and so I have my identify Maxime 0101 and the test event 01, and with the property test. Okay, seems good. So basically, if I need to create 1,000 of users using this approach, I will need to repeat this 1,000 times. That's not really something that I want to do because it's really time consuming. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to build a script using Python, for example, to do this task for me. So at this stage, it's not really rocket science. I just need to create a user and then the event. But the more event properties and the more user properties you're going to have on your script, the more complex it's going to be, because you will need to specify the different values that the different event properties can have, and so on and so on. But what's going to be really challenging at this stage is to generate PII data. So meaning that everything about email, first name and last name, or also UUID, for example, is going to be really tricky to generate. But that's where Faker saves the day. And so what is Faker? So let's have a look to their website, Faker. So this is basically an open source library in which you can use their API to generate fake data. And so on the top menu, so I will let you go to their website. It's really well explained. So if you're going to, at the top menu bar on guide, we'll see all the information needed to implement Faker. And if you're going to API, you will see all the different categories and all the different kind of data you can generate. In my case, I would like to generate emails. And if I click on email, I can see all the information about this API and how I can use it. How can I use it to generate it? Okay. Really simple. So I'm going to show you the script that we have built at Human37 for this exercise. So I'm not going to show you all the script, to explain to you everything, but I'm just going to explain to you how we use it, what's the logic behind. And so what we are doing is that we are first creating a user. in this user, we have some parameters, some properties. We have the property name and you have the property email. We have also the country, the age, but I didn't use Faker for this one because I wanted to be really focused on Belgium and the age. I'm just built a function to say between 25 and 60 randomly. But for the name and the email, I'm going to call the API of Faker. And so every time it's going to generate a new name. Let's take an example. So if I use the fake.email, the return is an address mail. If I call this function again, I have another email, and so on and so on and so on. It will be exactly the same for name. Okay, then I'm going to put all the results in a list, and then I'm going to say, okay, for every user on this list, I want to, for this user to do some events. In our case, we put also some conditions to trigger the different events because we wanted to create a funnel analysis. And so for every user, we say, okay, all users are going to do the first event. And then 90% of the users are going to do the second event. 70% of the remaining users are going to do the third event, and so on and so on. And so on my function, so it's a for loop basically, and I'm going to say I want to create 100 of users. I click on run. I just need to wait a little. Come on, buddy. You can do it. Okay, perfect. So you can see that all my data is generated. And if I'm going to segment, you can see that all my events are ingested in my segment source. If I take one, we can see that I have my UUID, the name of my event, and the different properties that this event can have. Okay, so that's basically it. I hope you found this video interesting, and if you have any question, please don't hesitate to reach out to him at 37. Ciao, ciao!